Hello, single viewer! Welcome back to my stream. My name is Sonja, I'm a motion designer, and today I will be continuing the animation of the surface pattern by Lara Mascareño. We've been paired as part of the Distant collab to create and animate together. Or rather, I animate and she already created this beautiful design that I'll show you in just a second. You can find her under aralma_design on Instagram, and she creates these beautiful designs, mostly surface patterns, and I have been animating this design in the past few streams, and I will continue that work today. Now, what I've already done is I've already animated some of these bugs, so rigged them using Duick Basil, and also I've animated some of the legs and the wing movements and the feelers. And now there's just a few bugs still to do. Most of the animation is already done, but now I just need to replace some of the bugs. So some of these bugs exist. This one's already animated and they exist in other color combinations. So the easiest way to replicate the animation of this bug for this new color is to create a duplicate of the Illustrator layers and then replace the layers inside of After Effects so that I don't have to recreate the animation stays the same, or rather I can then change some of the animation to make it a little bit fresh and new, but I don't need to re-rig the character and I don't need to reanimate the character from scratch. So let's jump into Illustrator and I'll open my file where all of the colors are present, and right now I still need this one, so I'm going to copy it and I'm going to open the file of that bug. I need to just check in After Effects which one that is. It's bug number 4. So I'm going to find that file and open it. I'm going to have to go into my files folder and find that file, as it's no longer in my recent files. Give me just a second to open that file. Bug number 4 is what I said. Okay. Cool. Okay. Nice. Alright. Oh, my Illustrator just got very, very tiny. Let's make that larger again. Okay. This is the bug, and now I can create a... What's going on, Illustrator? Why don't you want to be the size that I'm telling you to be? There we go. Okay. Give me just a second. Illustrator, stop being weird. Why are you like this? Okay. Now we've got it. I copied the other bug over. I'm going to place him in here and lock him. And now I can just replace the colors. So let's start with something that appears multiple times, so that I don't have to select that separately later on. So I've now highlighted everything with the fill color of this purple, and it looks like most of it is the same dark magenta or dark purple, depending on how you want to define that. And then maybe I'll continue with these yellow ones. And I'm selecting the eyedropper tool to replace that color. And yeah, sure, let's go ahead with that. Because now I have to choose the wings oh, not that little thing there, and copy that color. And what else? The body also needs to be a different color. And am I missing something? Yes, the head. Okay. So I'm just going through and making sure everything is replaced. Are the feelers a different color? Or does it just look differently on the gray background? Probably the second. Okay, now I can get rid of this guy. I don't need him anymore. And because all of the layers are exactly the same size, I need to now save this as a new file. Must not forget, because if I save over it, it'll just update the colors in the existing file. So my next bug number is 13. And I'm going to save this. And I'll go back to After Effects. Let's make this larger. I'm just checking my plugins because for some reason the plugin for Motion 3 isn't showing up. So you won't be able to see it, but I can still use it. But so. Oh well, technical difficulties. Okay, I'll just very quickly show you what we've got already. I'll just render this. This will just take a moment. So this is the pattern I've already created. It's the scene duplicated. This is the single scene, and this is the scene duplicated multiple times to recreate that pattern, to make sure that all of the animation and everything that's overlapping or reaching outside of that scene, that it works perfectly when the patterns are laid out in a 9 grid. And once this is okay, I'm going to, whoa, all right. This is it full screen, and you can see the kind of swaying on the pond. It's super cute. I love it. Okay, so yeah, so this is how you can see how the animation is laid out, the pattern is working, everything that's reaching outside of the scene is, you know, there's no cutoff point that you can immediately tell. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. And now I can continue putting more bugs on this pattern. And let's carry on with that. So what I want to do now, I think I was in the middle of a sentence when I continued talking about this. So essentially, I think what I was saying is I cannot save over this file, because then what happens in After Effects, it would just replace the colors of the files I have in here. You can do that. You can just update the files of any Illustrator file you have imported in After Effects. That works perfectly. So you can just update, not sizes though. It mainly only works for colors. So anyway, you can update them. So if I was to just save over this, it wouldn't create a new file. It would just update the colors. So this is why I need to save it as a new file. And now I need to import this file. And it's bug number 13. Unfortunately, you can't see the pop-up window, but I'm choosing import as composition, retain layer sizes. And now it's in here. I don't need a composition, but I'm just keeping it for safekeeping. These are the files. Now I need to create a duplicate. I think we said it was 14. Yes, 14. Okay, I want to create a duplicate of this. this is now 13, and I also need to create a duplicate of the actual bug, which I need to then replace in this composition. So instead of 4, it's now 14, and now I need to go in and actually replace all of the layers with the new layers. So with the layer highlighted, I'm clicking this one, holding Alt, and just dragging the layer on top of it. That's right. And this is how I can just replace the colors of these layers, and you can see nothing is moving. If the layers were any other size, if they had different vector values, then this wouldn't work, and the layers would shift, and some of the Duik rigging might break. This one in particular doesn't have any Duik rigging, but some of them have bones and structures on the legs, so that would break if the layers were any different size and shape. So this is working because the layers are exactly the same, it's just a different color. So this is how the animation stays intact. And actually what I can do is I can move some of the animation to a different point in time so that all of the bugs don't move at exactly the same time. And I'm going to save this. And now I need to import that bug in my scene. So I'm going to close all of these other composition by holding Control and W in case you're wondering why they are just disappearing. And I'm going to duplicate this composition, drag it below, and I want this guy to be here. I also want this leaf to be in that composition, not the other leaf. So, yes, right, I didn't need to duplicate that. I'm just dragging in the composition, and then I'm going to cut this off. Now I'm going to jump in, add the leaf. Some of my leaves are green, some of my leaves are yellow. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna jump in here, and my bug is now this one. Yes, also my leaf is in the middle of nowhere because I took it from the big composition, so it retained its position value, so I need to recenter it. And now I'm going to toggle the viewer lock on this, go into the main scene so that now I can see both scenes at the same time. I'm going to toggle a viewer lock on the main scene as well. I'm going to jump in, and actually first I want to position it, I think. So first I want to position it down here, and as you can see, it's overlapping into this part of the scene, so I'm going to have to duplicate this and put it up here so that the pattern continues to work across the edge of the scene. Okay, so I'm going to jump in, I'm going to parent the bug to the leaf, because then I'm going to add a wiggle expression on the leaf so that both of these leaves move at the same time. Whereas if I put the expression on the composition within the scene, these two scenes would move at different times. They would wiggle differently. So I need to check at what position this is. I'm just going to put this to a round position. What is this? 1165, let's say. Something like this. Which means this composition is 12,000, 1,200 pixels high, and that makes this, let's make this a round number, let's make this 60. That means this is 40 pixels away from the edge, which means the second one needs to be also 40 pixels away from the edge, and because it's going up, instead of down, it's going to be -40, and that should put it in exactly the right position, I think. Is it? Yes. Okay, works. Is that the right one? Yes. Okay, yes, it is in the right position. Okay. And all of these duplicate leaves that you're seeing, they have this, I don't know, like grid symbol on it. That means they are guide layers and they will not render once I render this out. So this is why you can still see them, but you won't be able to see them in the final animation. Okay, so they are positioned correctly, but I don't like how the bug is positioned inside of this. I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to rotate this bug to be... Actually, I'm gonna start with 0 and yeah, it's the same. I'm going to rotate this bug to the original positioning and also reposition it to be in approximately the same position as the original design, which is about here. And then I'm also going to add a wiggle expression on this layer, and I think I have a wiggle on this guy. So I'm just going to jump in here, copy the expression. I'm right-clicking, copy expression only. I'm highlighting this layer, Control V, and the wiggle is on that leaf. And since the bug is parented to the leaf, they move together. The bug is now dependent on the leaf. And if I jump out, as you can see, you have these gaps because the guide layers don't show up in the render. So I'm just going to render this again so I can see how the bug is behaving. And this is also why I created this 9 grid, so I can check that all the overlapping animations are animating the right way, so they don't like animate, I don't know, I guess you would say not parallel to each other, or they're not animating together, basically. If you were to see this, these leaves split up mid-animation, then I would know that it's not lined up correctly. It's not lined up correctly. And so with this 9 grid, I can check if it's lined up correctly. So let's have a look at that. And I can see that my bug is slightly too high. Do you see this? It's slightly too high on the... come on, why aren't you zooming in? It's slightly too high on my... in my comp, so it's getting cut off. I can fix that by either moving the leaf and moving the comp, or I can turn on continuously rasterize, which is this little star symbol, which means it will ignore the boundaries of the composition, and it will also rasterize everything. Even if I scale something beyond 100%, it will always keep it sharp. This only works for vector objects, not for still images and bitmap images, because they have a defined number of pixels. You can't have them sharper than what they are. But with these, they can be calculated to be larger. That's how vectors work. Okay, so let's have another look at this. Now I have to render it again, so it's gonna just take a little moment. Oh boy, talking a long time is kind of exhausting. I just recorded my new class, so I've been talking pretty much non-stop since 10 a.m. and my voice is getting a little bit tired, but it's, yeah. Oh no, what have I done? Did I remove the render? No, now I have to render it again. I don't know what I've done. I think maybe I moved something. I hope I didn't. Everything is still in the correct position. Okay, I don't know what I've done. I just deleted the render. Now I have to wait for it to render again. Yeah, okay. It is what it is. Okay, oh, it's rendered. Okay, let's jump in. Let's have a closer look at this. And you can see it's very slight motions. You really have to pay attention to what is moving. Why does this keep losing the render? Okay, there we go. Now it's playing back. Maybe it's just it can't handle all of these duplicates, because I do have quite a lot of characters now, and it takes a lot of render power to render them to play them back all at the same time. So I guess even though it's rendered, it can't quite handle it. You can see it like this, but as soon as I zoom in, I guess it's just too much. It can't handle it. So, okay, let's just look at it like this. So you can see there is a bunch of stuff happening. I feel like these flapping ones, they flap like one after the other. It looks a little bit unnatural. I think I want the animation to be a little bit more overlapped, so maybe I'll just move this one down 30 frames, and then we can just look at this one. We already know that that the pattern is working. So let's just have a quick look if the flapping, like now I've already animated everything, so now it comes down to the details, and I want to refine stuff so the overall looks nice. I don't need to focus on the big animations anymore, and also I probably want this one to be above this leaf, because right now he's flapping its wings underneath the leaf. That doesn't make any sense. So this is the time at the end of the animation to reevaluate what you've animated, but they're still flapping their wings like one after the other. Okay, let's move that just a little bit more. Let's see. Oh boy. It's starting to take a long time. Maybe I'll just render it at half. Yeah, that's much faster. So it's not quite as sharp anymore because I've turned down the quality just so the render doesn't take that long. And let's just have a look, because right now I just need to see that the animation is working. Okay, almost there, almost there. There we go, okay. Okay, now these ones, the flapping of these two is much closer together and it feels a lot more natural. Also, these two guys are moving in the same way, so maybe I want to amend that as well. So at this point, I want this guy to maybe move at a different time. Oh, his animation is like, woo. It's going across the entire thing, so maybe I can't. What I can do is I can loop the animation. So I can add a time remapping, enable time remapping, and I can add keyframes for the duration of the animation, remove the ones that were added to the beginning and the end of the timeline. Then I can add a loop out, and then I can just drag this away a little bit. maybe like 60 frames. And now, oh right, this guy exists twice, so I need to do the same thing to the duplicate, obviously, because they need to move the same way. Where are you? Time, enable time remapping. Then I'm going to copy the time remapping. I'm going to remove, okay. Right, yes, this is what I want. Okay, with the expression, and now they should move at the same time, which we only find out here, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, I don't see anything wrong here. And now I can see that his head movement is at a different time than his head movement, and so that they don't move exactly the same way, which is a little boring. I think also these two are doing the same thing, right? Are they? I can't tell. Maybe. But it doesn't bother me, so I'll just leave it like that. Okay. So, a few more duplications to do. So, this one is this one. No, wait, this one is this one. So, this one exists 2 more times. So I need to duplicate this guy 2 more times. I'm going to save my composition. I'm going to jump over to Illustrator. And I'm going to open... I forgot to check which guy this is. It's number 8, correct? Correct. Okay, so number 8. Right. Back to Illustrator. Open. Open recent files. 8, did I say? I said 8. 8. I said 8. Okay. No, don't resize my frame every time I open Illustrator. Why you do that? Why you do that? It's a little annoying that you're doing that. Cool. Okay, so I need to... Man, come on, Illustrator. Stop being a bitch. Sorry. No swearing on my stream. What am I saying? I swear so much. But anyway. Okay. So I want to save this as a new file. And I'm just going to continue my naming structure. Bug 13, bug 14. This is a new file now. And I want to copy the other color over. And now, again, the same game. I want to highlight everything that's this color. I want to change it to... Wait. Oh, it's not all the same. The legs become purple. Oh, yeah, and yeah, it is. Okay. I just got confused for a second. Okay. All this light magenta is becoming purple, yes. And all this dark magenta, I guess, is gonna change to yellow, yes. Okay, and also these guys, these are gonna stay the dark magenta. Am I missing anything? The eyes. The eyes need to be magenta. And that's it, right? Yes. Okay, now I can get rid of this one again. I'm gonna save it. And I'm gonna just do this again. And I'm gonna get the next color out. And that's this orange one. Yes, I animated the magenta one. So now I'm going to animate this orange one. And I want to lock it so the colors don't gets selected, and everything that's purple is going to become orange, and everything that's yellow is going to be off-white, and everything that's magenta is going to be... Oh, but the legs are now magenta. Oh, that's annoying. Now I have to highlight them one by one. Annoying. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm just gonna highlight this again. Whoops, wrong one. And then I'm gonna deselect the ones that I don't want to be purple or magenta. Maybe that's the best way to approach this, because all the big parts are not magenta. Yeah, I think that's everything. Okay. I'm trying to see if all of them... Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. And now I save, and now back to Illustrator, and now we're gonna do the same game again. We're going to import everything. Don't worry if you cannot see what I'm clicking at. I'm just opening my import dialog, which you cannot see. And here we are, my two new bugs. And we have 14. Which we create now. That's 14, and also bug 14. Control D, rename 14. And also we have 15, so might as well do that too. And here, 15, cool. Now I'm gonna jump in, and it's gonna be the other guy. Yeah, which one is that? It's not this one. 8. I said 8, right? Yes, 8. Okay, cool. So 14. Where's my 14? 13? 14. Hello? Ah, yes. I don't need 13 anymore. I want 14. And I replace... Actually, yeah, I should have duplicated 14 instead of this one, but... Whatevs, bro! Actually, I don't need to replace it at all. I just need to... Wait a second. Oh yeah, I was thinking the wrong way. Okay. Hang on a minute. I got ahead of myself. So, I don't want to duplicate the last bug that I did, because I want to replace 8. So I need to duplicate 8. And I need to make 8, 14, and 15. And then I can put them in here, and then it's this bug, and then I can go in, and then I can replace the layers. Yay! Okay, here we are. Here we go. 14. Starting with the feelers. One feeler is misspelled. Oh well. Stuff happens. We move on. Don't look to the past. Look to the future. Ignore your mistakes. What am I saying? I don't know. I'm going a little bit insane talking all day long. What do teachers do? You know, teachers in school that have to like give lectures, or lecturers at universities. My God, that's such a hard job. I guess you're not talking all day long exactly. You're showing something, you're writing something on the board, and then you're also doing like workshops and group assignments and stuff like that, or like reading assignments. So you're not exactly talking all day long, but near enough. It's a tough job, and you know, let alone having the capability of presenting a topic, preparing the topic, learning about that topic to be able to present it. We do not give teachers enough credit, I'll tell you this much. And we should. They miracle workers. They teach us so much, they know so much, and if they are patient and they want to get the knowledge across, then they are amazing teachers. Credit to teachers. Okay, now we have this bug replaced. Excellent. Now, this bug has a very funny jazz hands animation, which is probably really obvious, so I'm probably want to move this along a little bit. So, I don't need this guy. I didn't animate this guy, I think. And I didn't animate this guy. So I probably want to move this to a different position a little bit. Oh, this animates too. Whoa. I added so many animations to this. Maybe he just does the... Maybe he does the foot thing here. The little jiggly feet. And he does the jazz hands first. How's that? Does that make sense? Is that interesting? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, that's cool. Okay, now, placing it, need to place it, and it's essentially, this one was the purple one. So I need this leaf, copy. I need, doesn't matter who I take, I guess. Oh no, I already created it in here. So I can just drag this guy in here. Then I can cut this. And then I can add the leaf in here. I want to take off the guide layer. I can change the color of the layer, and I want to copy expression only. I want to parent the bug to it, and I can get rid of the other layer. Oh no, I didn't reset the position first. Okay, reset the position first. Then add the bug, and then change the composition, because it's way not high enough for this size of leaf. This size leaf. Okay, cool. And I can reset the position again. Okay, it's in the center. Cool, and now I can look at both compositions at the same time to determine if I need to rotate this bug, and I do. As you can see, this one is slightly more this way. I need to let go to see it. Actually, I think I want to position it in the scene first, because otherwise, woo, bloop, bloop. Yep, like this. And let's check this. 7:55 and 11:15 is probably where I want it. So this is 85, is that correct? Yes, 85 pixels away from the edge. So I need a duplicate of this, below or above, doesn't matter, and this needs to be 85 pixels away from the edge. So we have this guy there, and I also need the bug to sit in a slightly different position. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Here. P. Yes. Well, I can just drag him. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, now he's sitting where I want him to sit. And now, and he's also sitting, yes, and I said I want to move this one up above this one, so 13 needs to be above, what was it, 10 or 9? 10, right? Yes, good. And this one needs to be above that one, which is already the case, so that's cool. Does anybody else need to be above anybody else instead of below? I think this one maybe? Up at the top here. I don't know if this one is below or above that leaf. I don't think they interact at any point. And if they do, I think it is above. So, all right. Oh yeah, this guy. But I haven't created the duplicate of this yet. First, I want to import this, which I already have done, but I need to replace it. So we already have 15, and we need to put 15 in here. Yep, that's right. Remove 13, that's not what I want. And then, actually I don't need this anymore, but I do need this. And resize this here so I see more. And now I want this bug 15 to have the 15 layers. So I need to replace everything again. La 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 la. Head, body, 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 this guy. Feeler, 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 this guy. Other feeler, this guy. Oh, I didn't replace the leg. Did I replace the leg of the other one? The legs? I guess I did. Yeah, they look the same. Okay, cool, cool, cool. But yeah, I need to replace the legs of this guy, and they are shied. Yep. Cool. This is arm left. This is arm right. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. And we keep going, 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 going. 2 more. 1, 2. Excellent. All right. Now I've got that, and let's have a look. Now I need this to be also in the scene. So I'm going to drag the leaf and bug in the scene, crop my layer, and the leaf. I need the leaf too. Which leaf is he using? He's using this leaf. So let's go right in and replace the leaf. Reset position, untake guide layer, recolor, leaf. He does not need the position on the, he does not need the wiggle on the position. He does, however, need to be rotated. It's like going this way. I think I need to position my composition first. Okay, and now he's like at the top somewhere. Something like that. And I think I want to move this somewhere else a little bit. It's not quite in the same position, right? Here I can just, move it here. Just a little bit further along, so it's not moving in exactly the same time as the other one. Okay. Let's go out to see what is still missing. Still a few missing, but we're getting there. We still need to replace this, but I think I'm gonna do that today. I think you've seen me replace layers enough for today. And this one is like a completely different color. I think this one is the same, similar to this one, but I think the legs are slightly different. So I'm gonna have to see. I don't know if I have this animated actually, because we have this guy, this guy, this guy, this one, this one, this one. Yeah, I'm not seeing him, so yeah, I think I'm gonna have to create a new file with this guy, because he wouldn't fit the specifications of this guy. Even though they're very similar, the legs are a different size, he has feelers. So I think I cannot use the same setup. So I'm gonna have to animate this one separately and rig him separately as well. Okay. Actually I can replace this one because he already exists. He's already animated. So I'm gonna put that one there, and I can close all of these by magic. And yeah, I think I'm gonna, that's the first one, right? Yeah. So this is bug, it's not really bug 16, because it's actually bug, I don't know which one it is. It's bug 2, right? Yeah, it's bug 2, so this one would also need to be, I don't have a scene with that one yet because I used this bug in this scene, so yeah. So I'm just gonna copy this guy, I'm gonna put him in here. Oh, there, he's already in there. Yeah, I duplicated that composition. So now I'm going to copy the leaf. I want this leaf in that scene. Layer, color, and this one, yes, also needs the same expression on here. And this one, where is this one? Ah, yes, right. I need to reposition this, reset the position on this. And then I'm going to place this one around here, and he also needs to be rotated. Ah, that's the perfect rotation already. That's the original rotation. And he's sitting somewhere around here, I think. So something like this. Yeah, something like this. And I can delete the other one, and I need to parent this leaf, him to this leaf. And then I need to place him in the scene over here, and he's sitting here. And it also means he's sitting, whoops, yeah. He's also needs to be on the other side. I'm gonna put this at 110 and duplicate him, and the other one needs to be at 1000 and 110, right? Something like that. That should be in the same position, I hope. Yes. Okay. Now it's getting a lot fuller. I only have like 2 or 3 gaps going on. So that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at this beautiful animation. Sorry, I'm not trying to compliment myself. It's the design that's beautiful. And I'm just here animating it. But I am really happy when animations come together. It's yeah, I don't know. I guess this is why I'm an animator. The work sometimes can be a drudgery. Like, don't get me wrong, I love what I do, but like the work can be stressful and tiring, and there are parts that I prefer over other parts. But seeing it come together like this, it's really, yeah, that's the beauty of animation. Seeing something that was previously static and now it's alive, and you did that. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I guess that's what mothers must feel. I made this thing and now it's alive. Oh, yeah. It's a labor of love, of course. Oh, definitely. So let's have a look if I can look at this up close. It's doing it. Yes. Okay, it's working. It's working. Oh man, look at that. That's so nice. No, I'm leaning out of screen. Where am I? This way. My camera is the opposite way. Wait. Okay. Like this. Ah! It's beautiful. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, I'm getting a little bit insane. I've been talking to myself for too long. Recording classes and now doing this stream. It's doing something to me. I don't know what, but now it's on the internet forever. Yeah, I love it. It's so cute. Okay, as you can see, this is part 5 of this animation series of animating this, and I already did some work before starting this series, and every stream has been about an hour. So it takes time animating this. Yeah, animation takes time. Who would have thought making something come alive takes time? But yeah, a lot of people don't realize that when they think of, oh, it's just a quick thing. It's only 4 seconds. This is 4 seconds long. Oh, it's only 4 seconds long. How long could that possibly take? Well, it depends on what's in the scene. It doesn't matter really the length. It's about how many graphics are in the scene. How much does the stuff animate? How much does the stuff move? How much information changes in the scene? Yeah, it's really about the elements and how much you want going on in your scene. It's not really about the length. You need to think about animation in terms of workload, not in terms of duration. Yes, a longer animation will probably always take longer than a shorter animation, but a 4-second animation with how many 15 animated characters will definitely take you longer than 30 seconds with one animated character. So that is really something that you need to be aware of in terms of thinking about your project length if you're an animator, or thinking about the workload of an animation project if you're a project manager or a client. Yeah. What else is there to say? I'm very happy with the work of today. Let's have a closer look at it while I'm talking. Let's also render it full. Let's render it in full. Let's go all in. Oh yeah. Boy, oh boy, does that look cute. Some of this animation is a little bit extreme, and this is why I linked all of this animation to, like, the wiggle of the leaves, for instance. They're all linked to the same slider controls in my composition. And so if I find, oh man, there is like way too much going on here, everything is moving too much, I can just turn the values down, and I don't need to go into every single animation to turn the values down. I can just change the slider. I'm just going to jump in and I'm going to show you this. So essentially, it's this slider. I can turn down the frequency and the amplitude, and that goes across all of the layers that are linked to these. So that makes, whoa, it really cannot handle rendering it in here for some reason. It's much easier rendering it out here. But yeah, so basically the values are all linked to the same mechanism, you could say. It's a slider control. And so when I change that one value, it changes across the whole animation. It's a really good way to optimize your workflow. If you have the same thing going on, the same expression or the same values or the same dependency of something, try and think of it in, how can I optimize this? How can I link all of these singular things to one thing if I want them all to do the same thing? Because then later on in the edit, you don't have to go through every single thing to edit how it works. You can just go to that one controller, adjust the values or adjust whatever it is you need to adjust, and it'll be much faster that way. So right now, at the beginning of this, I didn't know how busy the scene was going to be. I didn't know if the amount of movement was going to be too much or just right. So I try to keep everything measured and not too extreme. But now I'm starting to see that maybe the leaf movement is a little bit too much, but I can just turn that down with one lever, with one controller. So that's super handy to think about your animation in terms of bigger picture and try and optimize your workflow. I actually have a class on this, how to animate and how to efficiently animate something. I don't remember. Let me bring it up, and then I can actually tell you what the name of that class is. Let me bring that up. Oh, hang on. What happened here? What's happening? What's happening? Why are you seeing it in such a funny way? Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, you cannot see me anymore. No. No. But now you can see my camera on top of the window, even though it's on top. That's so weird. What is happening? Ah. Come on. Technology! It's not doing what I want. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. This... actually, I'll go to my own website. If you didn't know, I do animation classes, and one of my very early classes is how to be more efficient in Adobe After Effects. It's a thorough class on workflow basics to enhance your efficiency while animating and to streamline your editing. It's basically, I go through a little animation at the throughout this class, but I also teach you how to be efficient, how to use controllers, how to use expressions, how to set up your animation in such a way that it's efficient for you and it works for you. And yeah, so if you're interested in this kind of stuff, if you want to learn more from me, you can head over to my website classes.sonjageracsek.me and you can enroll on this class. It's available on multiple platforms, as you can see. And yeah, that's that. And we can head back over to After Effects to look at this beautiful animation. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I try to animate in the most efficient way. I try to create beautiful animations, from explainer videos to client ads to short form video content, as you call it. You could also call it GIFs on Instagram. But yeah, that's what I do and that's what I teach, and I try to make it as efficient as possible. I use a lot of expressions. Expressions make things so much easier and so much more convenient, and yeah, you can create incredible things with expressions. So in the past 3 to 5 years, I've been learning how to write expressions, how to use expressions, how to understand JavaScript. And so my classes and the things that I do focus a lot on using expressions to serve you, basically. So yeah. If you liked the stream, please come back. I try to stream every day at 1 p.m. CST on Twitch. The replay is available on my YouTube channel. You can just search for Sonja Geracsek. That is spelled as such, as you can see in the chat over here. You can also find me on all the socials under @Sonja Geracsek. That's on TikTok and Instagram most prominently on TikTok. I mostly just post tips and tricks for After Effects and animation. And on Twitter, you can find me under @Geracsek, which is strange, but just accept it. It's just what it is. I don't have the same handle everywhere, and now it's too late to change it because I've got links to this handle all over the place, and it's too late to change that. So yeah, just roll with it. Just roll with it. Yeah, whatever. Okay, well. I'm glad to have had you on the stream. I'm glad to have seen you. And I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope you'll continue coming back because, you know, it's just you and me here. It's just you and me. So thank you for joining in, single viewer, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!